y'all, it is Paula with Hillbilly Orchids. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody's having a fantastic weekend. Mine's been crazy busy, of course, with 2 new puppies. Yeah, it's been it's been a little busy to say the least. We've been, every night when my husband got home, we'd load the pups up in the car and take them for a ride. We want them used to the car so that they could always go with us when we go. So, yeah, they're gonna be go everywhere with us puppies. So, that should prove to be interesting. I just got done with a little training session with them, and now they're napping. So, they're really super smart. I love how smart they are, and I want to thank everybody too for like letting me know, like, of those of you that have Aussies or know about them. I appreciate the knowledge because, like I said, these guys are, we've never had Australian Shepherds, so this is a new breed for me and my husband, and they're different. They are different. I did watch a video today where it said, like, during what you would call sort of like their teen years, they're considered the raptor stage. So I'm like, oh, I'm not going to look forward to that. Not in the least. So yeah, yikes. Raptor stage, huh? So their little teeth are terrible. You know how puppy teeth are. Yeah, kind of terrible. I've got the scars. That's a sore hangnail that one of them just keeps biting into, and then of course, puppy teeth. I did file down their toenails. Their toenails were a little sharp, so I did take care of that a little bit, but you can't file down the puppy teeth. So, at any rate, they're napping now. They got their little training session, and like I said, they're so smart. They have learned, they're so smart that they learned that if they go fake like they're peeing on the puppy pad, that mom will give me a treat. So they think they get a treat now every time they go pee on the puppy pad. So we've kind of switched things up a little bit with that, because, like, fake peeing, come on. Little butt heads, they'd go over to the pad and they'd stand there and wait on me to say, good boy. And then they thought they'd get a treat. So we had to kind of switch that up a little bit. That's just how smart they are. They're one step ahead of you. It's so funny. They are one step ahead of you. So yeah, but definitely different dealing with them, that's for sure. And like I said, not just dealing with one, dealing with 2. And little Oso seems to be the instigator. He's a little smaller than Finny, but he's like a little meaner and a little more instigating, like he's the one that starts everything. And yeah, so I'm kind of adjusting to the differences in their personalities a little bit and figuring things out. But yeah, ornery. And the biggest thing I appreciate is you guys, several of you, bless your hearts, I swear. I just, you guys don't know what you mean to me. You really don't. You're so sweet in the fact that, you have noticed that I've been sad. And you all, noticed the laughter, and I appreciate that. I do. I really do. Yeah, I've been sad. Things were really hard for a while. Really hard. And these guys have helped through that a lot. Not that I've forgotten. So, don't think that at all. Not at all that I've forgotten. But they've helped. They've definitely helped with that. So, but for you guys to have noticed, that I'm laughing more and that it's, made a change, it has. It really has. So, like I said, you just don't realize how much something is really meant to be when it really, really is. So, hang tight. I'll be right back. I heard a noise. I want to just peek and make sure they're still sleeping. Alrighty, I'm back. They are still asleep. I did notice that the big mother plant Odorion opened up her first bloom today. And that's what we're going to kind of talk about just a little bit. I had some people ask, and I did do a video on when I switched the Phalaenopsis fertilizing up after talking to Rick L. And they were curious to know, what I did and what I switched up. So I'm not going to show you, like we're not going to, mix up any fertilizer or anything, but I'm just going to tell you, of course, as you know, I use the Jack's 2-part system. And so it's the Jack's Part A, Part B. Now, in the summer, the ratio is different, and we are going to wind up changing that, and that'll be coming up pretty soon, like literally probably in the next couple months, probably like April, May, maybe. So get ready for it, but it's still going to remain the 1-to-1 ratio. The thing of it is that we're just going to up the ante of the TDS total reading, okay? Right now, what I'm doing is I'm doing about 75, 80 to 100 parts per million of the Part A, and I'm doing about 75 to 80 to 100 parts per million of the Part B. Okay, so I am running right about 200 parts per million, and that is a little bit more than I have ever run in the winter time. So I think in the summer, if I'm going to up the ante a little bit, because like when the summer comes, these guys are going to be, they're going to be in growth mode then. So when the summer gets here and the warmer weather starts, these guys are going to pick up, and they're going to need a little bit more feed for that. Well, I think I'm only going to run like an extra 50 parts per million on each. So I'm thinking I'll run 150 parts per million A and 150 parts per million B. Okay, so that's probably going to move my mix up to a total reading of about 300 parts per million. I'm not going to go crazy with it. And if it winds up being like 245, that's okay. If it winds up being like 220 one week, that's okay. I'm not going to freak out over that. Some weeks I might get, 320. I'm not going to freak out over that. I'm not going to put water in it and bring it back down. You see what I mean? So you don't have to be real accurate with numbers. One week it could be a little bit more, but usually, like with me, I do it by weight. So mine are usually, if they're off, it's just by a couple of numbers. So I usually don't go that far over. Like right now, I told you I'm running right about 200 parts per million. So basically, if I go to 210, or if it winds up being like 205 or 210, I'm okay with that. If I wind up being 198, I'm okay with that. You see what I mean? So You don't, each week it doesn't have to be identical. You don't have to be spot on the numbers. And it's good to kind of change it up a little bit. Because what I do is then I change it up with the pH. Because when you vary pHs, you vary what these guys are taking in and at what amounts, okay? Because the pH is important for what these guys can absorb and what they can't, okay? So if you wind up being, down into like the pH range of 5.5 or something, that's too low. That right there, they won't absorb much calcium. They won't absorb much magnesium. They're kind of off the scale then, so they don't really do as good. Now, a lot of times I'll try to keep my pH around 6.3 to 6.5. I vary it between there, and I have changed a little bit. I was using pH up and pH down, which was mostly pH down because my water is very alkaline here. My water is up into the like 8.8, 8.9 area of pH. Even with the stabilizers and buffers that's in the jacks, my pH was still only coming down to like 8.3. So it was still very high. So I had to bring that pH down. Well, when I talked to Rick L, when me and him talk, he told me, he's like, I don't like the stuff that's in those pH stabilizers. He said, I just use the sea kelp to bring it down because sea kelp is acidic. Okay. So what I have done to bring my pH down in my water containers is I add 3 of those my little cups that I use, 3 of those little cups of sea kelp, and it's bringing my pH down to like 6.3, 6.5 in that range, which is nice. And the sea kelp is beneficial for these guys in that it has the auxins and the growth hormones and those kind of things that help these plants along. And Phalaenopsis really need sea kelp, okay? They really, really do. So if you're not giving your fowl sea kelp, get some. Get some. It doesn't matter who you get it off of. It does. I mean, I like First Rays. I do. I realize it's more expensive. I actually just went and bought a gallon off of Amazon of the other stuff, and it's fine. It's been working great. Because if I'm going to be using 3 of those in each of my gallons of, or 32 gallons of garbage cans, because I got 32 gallons, it winds up adding up. That's a lot of sea kelp. So I got the bigger jug. I opted for the bigger gallon jug, and I've been keeping it in the refrigerator. So you can do that, and that will help you prolong the life of your sea kelp. But, so sea kelp is sea kelp. Just don't worry about, where you get it from or who you get it off of or anything like that. But just know that it does bring the pH down of your fertilizer mixes. So, but that's basically what's going to happen. And that's basically what I'm doing for them right now. Like I said, they're getting about 200 parts per million. They're getting 100 about of each. And I'm feeding them sea kelp. And they really have made a difference this year. I mean, it is really just amazing. This little white with pink, she made the double spikes right there. Last year, she didn't even spike at all. She never spiked at all. So, it's just great to see some of these come out that haven't been out for a little while. Like I lost the blooms on many of my fowls, and it really bummed me. So seeing Dariana, very nice. She's very pretty. So yeah, it really did make a difference in doing what I did. So as you can see, I mean, you don't even really have to take my word for it. The plants are speaking for themselves, in all honesty. So yeah, but that's basically you know, like I said, I'm not going to show you how I do it or anything. That's not so much important as important as what the numbers are and what I'm using and how I'm doing it. So, but if you guys have any other questions about it or anything, please leave them in the comments. If you want me to do a video on it, I will. But like I said, I'll be doing the summer ratio video soon. So, and I will show you what I'm doing then and how I'm increasing things then. So, but you know, just let me know. This is a channel that's for you guys. So I'm here to help you guys out. So, yep. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. If you could give me a thumbs up, I would highly appreciate it. If you could give me a share, that would be amazing. If you like my content and you want to stick around, please subscribe. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't cost anything. You can just go right over, click, and subscribe. It really helps out my channel that you do. And yeah, if you could give me a super thanks, that would be appreciated. It really will help me with some upcoming projects that I have going on right now. And with that said, I do appreciate each and every one of you beautiful, wonderful people stopping by and hanging out with me. And bye for now, y'all. Till we meet again.